What is going on, boys? It is me, Quinkun, and welcome to another episode of my Phoenix Road to Glory career mode. And we are actually going to start things off versus Portsmouth to start off this episode. And Portsmouth are such a great squad, and they are the favorites to continue on in the next division in this career mode, but we will be fighting them. We're going to be fighting for points today, and I did make some changes to the starting 11. I moved Vigo up to the right center mid position, and I put Connolly as a center defensive mid, but it is Portsmouth who are going to start things off with McCollum on the ball, and he shoots it in. That was a great wall, and we're down 1-0, and Mitryushkin is still failing to impress me as our goalkeeper. I think we're going to have to replace him, but things were going to get dirty. Julian Vigo gets a yellow card, and that was in the 18th minute, and the game was getting so dirty. Kone gets taken down, and Fangundes is going to take it. He goes up to take it, and the goalie somehow takes that out. And with 4 minutes of added time, Portsmouth is on a ball, another shot, and thank God that went wide. We go into the second half. We get a chance here with Vigo, and the goalkeeper somehow got in the way of that. But Portsmouth were just attacking so much, and Mitryushkin later on in the second half was actually making some very good saves. We make some substitutions. We put in Donza, and we also put in McCartan, and that was going to work out. Sewakambo on the ball. He centers it in, and Julian Vigo, the boy with the yellow card, our center mid, scores to make it 1-0, and we tied things up, and that is how we ended the game versus Portsmouth. It was a very tight game, and we split points, 1 point for each one of us, and we came out with 3 shots, 1 on target, but we only had 45% possession. Julian Vigo won the Man of the Match award. He got an 8.0, and that was a well-deserved Man of the Match award winning for him. But we're going to go into the next game of today's episode, and we drew in the James Payne Trophy. We drew 2-2 versus Cheltenham, and we actually beat them in penalties. Strandberg and Diedek scored the goals to give us that opportunity, and we go on to the next round, and we get tournament prize money, and we get the bad news that Mitryushkin is going to be injured for a week, so we had to switch our goalkeeper, and that actually gives us an opportunity to try a new goalkeeper out. Davis is going to be the new goalkeeper, and in the game we do same in the league, we win 2-1, and once again Diedek and Strandberg score the goals, and we win the game. We get the 3 points, and that is a well-deserved win. Our new goalkeeper only conceded 1 goal, and I'm very impressed. Now, we are in 6th place in the league table. We have 8 points, and the team that beat us in the first game, Cheltenham, they're in 1st place, and they're the league leaders. But it was time to check out the squad report. The month did come to an end, so we're going to be checking our players that grew during this month. And Anderson did grow up to a 65. He's been having a great season. Tim Dearson went up to a 62. Fangundes went up to a 66. Whitehead, our center attacking mid, went up to a 59. And he's been having great performances with us so far. Jones, our backup center back, went up to a 58. And some of these other players did go up. Some of these younger players that haven't played yet, they've been going up, and that's really awesome. But I am going to be selling them in the January transfer window. Maguire went up to a 58, but I don't have the confidence I have with my starting 11 with these other players. So if they do tremendously grow, I will use them, but my confidence is in my starting 11 and the players I did scout during those 3 months. But the team of the week was announced, and none of our players were selected, so that kind of got me disappointed. But we're going to get into this game versus Burton Albion, and we left Davis in goal, and he was actually going to do pretty well. But Burton Albion, we're going to be controlling the game from the start. They get the first 2 shots on target. The first one hit the crossbar, and that was very close. And then we're just going to go on to attack and attack. In the second half, we get a good opportunity, and we hit off the freaking post. You have to be kidding me. This was the most unlucky game that we've ever played. Once again, the freaking ball hits the post. And Burton Albion, we're going to get the clearest chances you guys have ever seen in a game that I've played. And then we conceded the goal in the second half. Burton Albion score, and that is very disappointing. I must add that this is in the Capital One Cup, so we were getting creamed. And I was trying my best to get my players up forward to get a chance to tie the game, but that chance never came. The goal never arrived, and we are eliminated from the Capital One Cup. This is very disappointing. I had a lot of expectations for our team, but I did rotate the squad, and I think that really messed us up. We lose the game 1-0 versus Burton Albion, and they controlled the game. You guys saw the highlights. They controlled it. We had no chance of winning, and our goalkeeper was actually the best player. And when your goalkeeper is your best player, you know that you had a terrible game. But this is how we're doing now in the league table. We are not doing so well, so we have to win our next game, and our next game is going to be versus Exeter City. And we did put Tim Dearson as the striker. We switched the formation to a 4-4-2, and hopefully that was going to help us out in today's game. You guys can clearly see the 4-4-2 right now with Dearson and Strandberg up front. Hopefully those two could help each other out, and I know that when we play with a 4-4-2, we actually play pretty good. But we actually get our first shot, and that came from Strandberg. That was a disgusting shot, but here's a good play, a very good shot, and that went over the bar. We cannot score to save our lives. We go into the second half, another great ball to Strandberg. What can he do? He cuts in, he's gonna shoot it with the left foot, and it hits off the post. And this was the unluckiest games that we've ever played. A great save from Mitriyushkin. He's back, and he's making some great saves. We make some substitutions to get some fresh feet, and we had the last opportunity to score, and we actually didn't. So we draw versus Exeter City. We get a point out of this game, and Vigil and Donsa actually played very well in today's game. So both these players are the man of the matches in my opinion. Even though we drew and it was a disappointing draw, these players helped out in the midfield. But we are now in 7th place, so we dropped from 6th to 7th place, and we have 9 points, and Shrewsbury are actually the team in 1st place now. So we need to start picking up some wins. We need to start playing much better and get some shots into the back of the net. But this is the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy the episode, remember to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you are new. I'm Quinkun, and I'll see you guys next time.